Hi, everyone. A pleasure to be here. So my name is Álvaro Moya. I have been a CTO for 9 years. I am also a co-founder, and I have been mentoring different people from entrepreneurs to aspiring leaders in tech. And right now, I'm helping others to grow as leaders in tech, from developers, tech leads, engineering managers, and beyond, all the way up to CTOs. So I'm here today to briefly define which are the 4 skills that define the entrepreneurial mindset. Okay. So I will briefly define it, and I will make it actionable by setting some real actions you can take today, either at work or outside, to develop them. So first of all, what is the entrepreneurial mindset? So for me, it means behaving like a founder, no matter where you are in the organization. You are a junior developer or the CTO. It means feeling the property of the company and do everything for the best of the business, not for the best of yourself or anyone else. And to do it, I identify 4 main pillars, the 4 skills that differentiates successful entrepreneurs. So the first one is ownership. The second one is self-guidance, innovation, and communication. We'll go over that over there in a second. So in order to get inspired, I will define some actions for each one of the pillars. And at the end of the session, in order for you to take action, I will share with you some tips and a template you can use in order to really start taking action and developing all those skills that define this entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, so let's go. The first one is ownership. When we talk about ownership, the best way to practice ownership and this proactivity is just saying yes. So just raise your hand, volunteer for the required action for the team, take the initiative to lead new projects or assignments, offer yourself, and explain why are you offering yourself to take the lead. Okay. You can also approach continuous improvement. If you are proposing changes or improvements to the product you are building, in this case, from a user perspective, like testing how the workflows feel, if you feel stuck at a certain point, if a message is not delivered and should be delivered faster or whatever, it's going to be an important improvement for the team. So get out of the codes for a while regularly. Another thing you can do is not detect improvements in the product. It's about detect and propose improvements in processes of your team, like onboarding new members, documentation, retrospectives that are not working anymore, meetings that are now plain routine and don't add value for anyone in the room. So ask yourself, what can I do to improve either the efficiency or the effectiveness of my peers? To ensure we all add more value per minute, to ensure we bring all our energy and motivation. Be the manager, because that's part of the manager's role. You will be managing up and you will be helping him or her to do a better job, to facilitate better environments for all of you, but you are taking the lead. Okay? For this skill ownership, side projects are also key. Example, you can coordinate a meetup around the topic you care about, or even you can create a meetup yourself from scratch and understand all the space, because it's not only about the event, but everything else, from the partners to inviting the other. So you can do that. You can create and launch a digital product around the problem you really would like to see solved. Do it end to end from scratch. You can use no code tools. You can maybe learn what areas of technology and development you miss, like maybe you're a front end developer, maybe backend and DevOps. At the end, it doesn't matter. The goal is not about learning that new tools or technologies. It's about feeling the passion, how it feels to sacrifice your free time for seeing the problem solved, how it feels to see the baby grow from nothing to be something out in the market. At the end of the journey, that's the name when you deliver, you have this commit and you submit a pull request. That's not the way. For the founder, that's just the starting point. You need to market that product. You need to sell that product. You need to see the user adoption. You need to see the users recommending and referring the product. Okay. So at the end, when you have this overall vision, you develop this business vision, the strategic vision is much better for you. It's much better for the company. And you can do it with this kind of example. You are going to get used to face problems and find creative solutions. You are going to develop your resilience against the difficulties of the journey, the challenges of learning or adopting new tools and technologies, the no's, partners, the lack of adoption from my users, dealing with that frustration, developing tenacity, and learning to take all the responsibility for both good and bad results is key to develop this skill. Okay. What about the next one? Self guidance. Entrepreneurs create everything from scratch. There is nothing there, no guides, no processes, no peers, no more people, no tools, no clients, no sales, no money. It's like a blank page. No one is going to motivate them because there is no one else. They need to find their inner motivation. They need to act without fear and face whatever it comes with proactivity, autonomy. And at the very beginning, this is tough. They develop that kind of feelings. They find that motivation because they are trying to solve something that have a meaning for them. So as a manager, this is a really desirable feature for your reports at the end. So ask yourself, how can you be that report? That's in that sense, I would say you can ask yourself, what do you like to do? Which are the skills that defines you and makes you stand out? Which role is ideal to use those skills and make you thrive? Which kind of environment do you like to work on? So you need to find that space. You need to look for these opportunities, and you can do it in LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit, Product Hand. Look for similar people that share your passion and view the world in the same way. At the end, when you do what you love and you have that clear purpose for doing it further than just money, you can motivate it from home. You don't need external motivators. And no one needs to motivate you. No one needs to think about how to motivate you. They feel that motivation. You are even able to motivate others in the team because all the energy you are delivering because you are doing something with purpose and with clear goals for you and your development, right? So related to self guidance is also self confidence. You act with confidence even when there is a failure. How you can build it? For me, the best way is trying out new things that challenge, like an extreme sport, writing down my ideas, painting, speaking in front of an audience, like now. So when you try out these new things and nothing critical happens, you build self confidence. You remove those limiting beliefs that tells you a lot of bad things are going to happen, and then you realize that everything was your mind. So you can act without the fear of failure in other environments like work, right? You are not afraid of speaking up in front of your peers and feeling dumb or feeling stupid or feeling that you are wasting the time of everyone. Because learning and failing is just part of the journey, especially when you face the new, you face the unknown, you face new things, right? That's why it's good to try out these things. You also can build this habit of proactivity. Look for your own challenges, look for your own solutions, and don't just wait for others to tell you what to do. At the end, you lead your own life, make your own decisions, and this is going to be translated into your workplace. Okay, so try to make your own decisions, be autonomous, and feel the pleasure of being autonomous. When you try out a new sport, for example, like, I don't know, kite surfing, at the beginning, it's weird. It feels that you are tired because you don't understand the technique, but you try and you try and you try. And once you reach a certain expertise in any kind of activity, you know what to do. You don't depend on others like the trainer. You can mount the kite. You can do everything by your own. So feeling that autonomy is one of the main sources of motivation, as Daniel Pink says in the book Drive, right? Mastery, autonomy, and purpose. Okay. So the next one is innovation. At the end, entrepreneurs create everything from scratch. Everything comes out of their minds, not only the product, the storytelling, the investors they will pitch to, the roles they need in order to hire, the processes, documentation, everything is starting from the ground up. So some things that you can do in order to innovate for the company, for example, is talk to three customers openly about their pains related to your solution in the market. You can shadow customer success or answer support tickets. You need to develop that customer orientation because they are the key. And in tech, we are usually disconnected from them. Normally, product is middle, like you just get the tickets. They are directly defining technically what you need to do. And sometimes we don't know why we are doing that, how this is going to impact the potential customers. So that's the way you can build innovative solutions when you fully understand the pains and the needs of the customer and you work close to them and you understand it. And so here, for example, the continuous improvement examples I put before is another way to innovate. Yes, innovation is not always about disrupting. Incremental changes can also lead to innovation. And at the end, entrepreneurs are inconformists, are ambitious, and they are always challenging the status quo. So if you propose these changes to the product based on what you understand from the customer, if you propose changes to the processes and take the lead to implement them, you are also improving your working environment. You are also making the better for the company. And finally, the fourth pillar, communication. That's a hard topic for engineers. Some things you can do. Propose yourself for a meetup or a podcast in order to develop your public speaking skills. That's always clear, but communication is much more than just speaking in front of the room. You can create relationships with people out of tech because business communication is key for everyone. Any level of seniority, no matter if you are going the IC ladder, you are going the management ladder, where I'm the specialist, but it doesn't matter. When you reach a certain level of seniority, you are going to have other stakeholders that are not purely technical. So the more you are exposed to that people, the easier it's going to be for you to defend your arguments, influence your ideas, and get the buy-in and really discuss in a way that the other person feels that you understand them and they understand you. So how you can do it? A random virtual coffee with other people from the company out of tech, other participants that are not in tech in your current project. You can also expand your social network and your professional networks. LinkedIn is my favorite tool, but you can find, for example, Slack and Discord communities where you can really hang with each other. You can have a goal. You want to be really actionable. Set the goal, for example, of one new person per week. Have a random coffee, 20 minutes, half an hour with one new person per week and have that virtual coffee to explore other jobs, other roles, other challenges in the industry. Okay. Propose yourself as a mentor for your peers or externally in platforms like Mentor Cruise. Example, ask to facilitate 13 team meetings. So instead of being a participant, you are strict with the schedule and the goals for the meeting. You give the time, you take the notes about the topics discussed, and then just listen active. You are going to participate. Instead of giving your opinion, ask relevant questions about the goals of the meeting. If you are not participating normally group meetings, try to do that more often. Just think about it and just explain it clearly, because at the end, people almost always welcome new ideas or different opinions if they are elaborated. And you are not going to feel that the people is like, hey, they're wasting my time. Right? So what else you can do? Praise in private the milestones of the team or just personal achievement, but also you can celebrate publicly too. You can be the one saying to the team and the company, hey, this is what this person has achieved so far, or this is what we as a team have delivered, and this is the impact of the company. You can delegate a small task in someone junior. So you learn to delegate effectively, accompany during the process, develop your patience as part of the communication. And with these activities, you will learn to adapt to different contexts, different profiles and personalities, and different goals for that communication, which is key for that effective communication in different situations, right? So with that, you can also inspire others with your attitude in terms of collaboration, helping others, delegating. Be brave to speak in different contexts and be able to really talk out of tech and avoid technical jargon and being able to be understood by people from marketing or sales. You are setting a good example for your team. Okay, so you can inspire others as well. And that's part of communicating. This is part of the role of the founder as well. Define that vision, communicate that vision to get everyone inspired and motivated to do the job. So all of those real activities that I have shown to you demonstrates informal leadership and builds really valuable skills in engineering. Those skills are really, really sick from engineering managers and CTOs in all companies of all sizes. Of course, formal training where you can learn these soft skills from experts and practice them as well is always a big compliment. But you have seen that is not the only way to build those skills. Okay. So now that I have made the concepts concrete with some activities to get inspired, I will also help you to take real action. So here you are an example of how I track those skills, how I am developing them over time. So here is the place where I help you to take action. You can see here how I am categorizing all the different actions I'm going to take. But the real moment where you take action is when you make it concrete and you split it in sub actions and you define a date, you define who can support you in order to achieve it, you track the status, and you define clearly what is going to happen. Okay. So here you have the example of me trying to have a spot in Interact, right? That was one of my goals in terms of communicating better in front of a public audience. And these are some of the steps I need to take in order to make it real. Okay. So with this, we can end. I leave you a final reflection. If you are here at the end, it's probably because you understand that this entrepreneurial mindset can have a good impact. You can be a driver for opportunities, growth, and personal satisfaction. And I'm sure you would wish those benefits for others around you. And the key thing about this mindset is if you develop it, this attitude, the real actions that everyone around you can see, you will be leading by example. And what will happen is that this mindset will be adopted by others around you too. So be the change you want to see in others. Thank you very much.